If you're watching this video right now, this video didn't just mysteriously show up in the algorithm. God wants you to start a business. He wants you to start a business. You know that. You've known that. But for whatever reason, you haven't done everything that it takes to be able to make it happen. Let's talk about it. Let me show you how to make money online like this. Now, if you want to make your first $500 online, and I'm going to show you for absolutely free, click the link in the description and I'll show you how to make your first $500 online while you sleep, even if you just started today. I'll see you there. You know, if I were honest right now, there were many times in my life where, I got like certain signs or certain, like opportunities that I knew was for me, right? It seemed like the opportunities that I knew were for me were the hardest ones to decide to move forward with. But yet the opportunities that I knew without a shadow of a doubt, I shouldn't have touched it with a pole. Those are the opportunities that's not difficult at all to move forward with, right? Here's an example. Like, I remember being in a situation where, I needed, I needed to make more money. And I would literally pray and ask God to show me opportunities, put more opportunities in my life. Just show me more opportunities. And I would see one opportunity and I would say, nah, that's not the opportunity for me because I don't like that. And then I would go back praying, God, give me an opportunity. Please send me an opportunity. And then I would see another opportunity and be like, nah, that one is not for me. It costs too much. Then I would see more opportunities and more opportunities and more opportunities. And then I will continue to shut every opportunity down for a reason. Now, that reminds me of a story that I heard in church one time. I heard, a guy was, and excuse me if I butcher this, but a guy was in the ocean and he was drowning and the water was going up and up and he prayed to God to save him. And one person came by in a boat and he said, nope, that's not the opportunity. I'm waiting on God. And then another opportunity came for him to fly away in a helicopter or something like that. And he was like, nope, I'm waiting on God. And then he waited until the water got right here. And he was like, God, where are you? You know what I'm saying? And, God was like, fool, I sent the boat and the helicopter and you didn't take the opportunity. So what I'm saying is, the acronym for poor is passing over opportunities repeatedly. Anytime that I do a video and I talk about people are poor or people are broke or anything like that, I don't necessarily mean you're poor as in, you can't buy what you need. No, I don't mean poor in that aspect. I mean literally passing over opportunities repeatedly. Which brings me to a question. How many times have you seen opportunities in front of you and you passed over them? How many times? Has it happened a lot? Does it continue to happen? Now, listen. Don't be like me. In the beginning, I would see opportunities and I would pass over them. And the real reason I would pass over these opportunities is because I was afraid. I was afraid to lose. I was afraid to lose money. I was afraid to, upset people. I was afraid to lose in front of my family. I was afraid. Fear has a lot to do with why a lot of us are where we are right now in our life, because we're afraid. And one thing that's always confused me about me is, how can I say that, I believe that there is a God, but I am afraid? How can I be worried and yet I believe that I'm created in the image of Christ? What am I worried about? Why worry? Worrying is just like sitting in a car that, Imagine yourself starting your car, sitting in the garage and letting the gas just run out, and people walking behind you, walking past your house like, hey, what are you doing? Hey, I'm thinking about going somewhere. But you're sitting in your car and you're just going to let the gas run out? Well, yes, that's equivalent to worrying. You know, what we're doing when we're worrying, and I've said this on many videos, is we're using present energy and present time worrying about a future outcome that's undesirable to us. That's why when you see an opportunity in front of you, the first thing you say is, oh, no, that can't work. Oh, no, that's a scam. Oh, no, that's too expensive. It's too expensive? Something is actually too expensive that's going to teach you something that you don't know, that's going to give you a different outlook on life. It's going to give you information that you don't know that's going to change your circumstance, but it's too expensive? No, it's expensive to stay where you are. It's expensive to not change the situation. That's more expensive. So at the end of the day, I created this video because, you know, you're supposed to start a business. You're supposed to, and listen, I won't be lame and say that, hey, you're supposed to start a business with me, so click the link in the bio and join my business. Listen, whether you join what I'm doing or not, I show people how to sell digital products that I didn't create, that, you know, literally done for you digital products. If you don't want to do that, then don't do that. This video is to talk about a vehicle. Find something. Now, yes, I believe that my opportunity is the best opportunity, you know, literally for beginners, you know, and literally I have that information in the description. But if you don't want to check that out, then don't. But either way, if you're going to start a business, you got to understand that you have to pick something and stick with it. You have to stick with it. That's 10 times out of 10 why a lot of people aren't successful. I remember starting a prank YouTube channel, right? Years ago, maybe like 4 years ago, I started a prank YouTube channel, right? And I started it, and we were consistent. Me and my family, we were consistent on that channel for like 7 months straight. A new video every day, 7 months straight. Well, at about the 7th month mark, I started to get frustrated that I wasn't making money. So I started to say, you know what? Forget this. I'm not doing this anymore, right? Now, I stopped, not realizing time is going to pass anyway. It's going to keep moving anyway. But because I stopped on that vehicle. Now, people that stuck with it, that started when I started, they're buying their new homes right now. They're buying their new cars right now. Why? Because they stuck with it and I quit. So when anytime that you think that, you know, you think you're hurting other people when you quit, or when you don't take action, or when you don't invest in yourself, you're really only hurting yourself. Because the people that do decide to invest, the people that do decide to take action, the people that do decide to stop passing over opportunities, they change their life. And they do it right in front of you. And I know you've experienced it. I know you've seen it. Right now, you see people making money doing the thing that you know how to do better than them, but they took action and you're not. You see people that you know are dumber than you, and they're making money, but they took action and you didn't. So at the end of the day, you got to understand that, you know, like, I don't believe God created us to be 75, 80 years old and still working a job that we don't like. It's obvious that many generations were sold the wrong information. I have family members that are in their 70s, 80s, that are working jobs right now that they hate, Not because they want to, but because they don't know any other way to make money. You want to wait until that place to decide to do something? That's a rough place to be in when you don't have skills and you're really not technical. That's a rough time to wait. You definitely don't want to wait till then. So it's like, while you have the opportunity to do something about it now, why not do something about it now? I get it. You believe you have time, right? We all do. But you know the crazy thing about time? None of us know when our time is over. None of us. You know, I have a guy that I know, right? That I used to work with when I worked a job. And we always used to talk about, what our plans, right? The plans that we had. Here's what we're going to do at this time. We're going to buy this type of house. Then we're going to do this kind of thing. And, we're going to make it happen. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. You can have all the plans, all the vision boards. You can sit down, visualize it and everything. But before that brother had time to take action, to find the vehicle that he was meant to take on, to be able to take him and provide him with the life that he said he wanted, he got hit by a car. Or actually, he was on a bike and, the bike got hit by a car. So imagine that. Imagine being in a situation in front of an opportunity, knowing in your heart that it's for you to take action on, but you feel that you have time. And then imagine that very next day, time's up. You see, that scares me. That's enough to scare me. That's probably why I've gotten into so many financial things that I've gotten into, because when I see an opportunity, I take it, and then I think about it later on. So I'll take the risk. I'm not afraid to take a risk. It's a worse risk not taking the risk. You know how many people right now are laying on their hospital beds wishing they could have taken that opportunity that they saw years before? And here's the craziest thing, right? Is, the money that we feel that we save from investing in ourselves, we end up saving it, complaining about how everything is going up, but we go and buy it anyway because we have to. Or we end up saving the money that we save from using the money that we get from the job that we hate, worrying about it, and then spending all that money that we save and hold that we don't want to invest, and all we do is we pay our bills with it. You see, a lot of us are keeping us in our own cycle of frustration. A lot of us, we're keeping ourselves in that place. Nobody's doing that to us. And so I was led to create this video because you're created to do more than what you're doing, man. And I've said that on many videos, but I'm going to say it again. You're created to do more than what you're doing. What you're doing right now, someone was created to do it, but not you. Not you. You were created to do way more than what you're doing. I was talking to this gentleman on a call recently, and I loved what he said, right? I'm talking to him, and I see him go like this, right? He's kind of looking up in the sky, and then I say, well, how are you thinking? He said, I'm just letting my ego get in the way right now, man. And that's something, listen, and you can look it up. There's a mechanism in your brain called the reticular activating system. What that is anytime that if you hardcore believe something, your reticular activating system in your brain is going to show you why what you believe is 100% true. Example, How many women or people do you know saying, I don't want this type of relationship, and then they end up going directly back into that type of relationship? How many people do you know that say, I'm not going to live like this, and then they end up living exactly like they say they're not going to live? Reticular activating system. Now, the last thing that I'll say on this video is this. It's always confused me how people can go to church and say that they love Christ and stand up and shout and give praise to Christ, right? And then leave and have conversations about how broke they are. That's always confused me as a kid. That's always confused me. I don't know. Just something. Now let me know in the comments, has that always confused you? That's always confused me. Take action on something. The next time you see an opportunity to take action, take the action. Do it scared. Do it scared. But take the action. Because if you don't, then unfortunately nothing is going to change. It's not going to change. And how would it feel, man, to live your whole life wanting something, knowing that it was possible, but not doing everything that it took to get there? If you're still watching this video, then I salute you. Now, I happen to have a method that will show you, like I said, I believe selling digital products online is the best thing that anyone can do as a beginner. If you want to know how to do that, click the link in the bio, and I'm going to show you how to make your first $500 online while you sleep. And I'm going to show you, it's a free video. I created it. It's absolutely free. I believe doing something is better than doing nothing. Because if you do nothing, you know what's going to happen. But if you do something, you don't know what's going to happen. But you can expect that something better than what you have right now is going to happen. It has to by law. It has to. So I'll see you on the next video.